Good morning and welcome to Rhythm and Read here on Facebook Live. Today, Miss Hannah has a special program featuring winter-themed songs, stories, and movement activities for ages 2 to 6 and their caregivers. Just a heads up that you will need 2 paper plates or something similar to use during one of our special rhythm activities today. So if you need to take a moment to go grab those items, please feel free. Miss Hannah, why don't you take it away for us?
All right, thank you, Miss Catherine. All right, so today, let me just hide that real quick. Okay, there we go. All right, so today we are going to do a lot of fun, moving and grooving to some winter themed activities. So we're gonna go ahead and start by singing together to spread some winter cheer and start our story time. Are you ready to join me? We're gonna do some clapping. So it goes like this. Let's all do a little clapping. Let's all do a little clapping. Let's all do a little clapping to spread winter cheer. All right, let's do it again. This time we're gonna do some stomping. So can you stomp your feet where you are? Let's all do a little stomping. Are you ready? Let's all do a little stomping. Let's all do a little stomping. Let's all do a little stomping to spread winter cheer. Now we're gonna do some jumping. Are you ready to get our bodies warmed up for our story time? Here we go. Let's all do a little jumping. Let's all do a little jumping. Let's all do a little jumping to spread winter cheer. Right, in our last verse, we're gonna do a little smiling. So show me those big smiles. And we're gonna end by saying, and be kinder this year. Okay, so let's all do a little smiling. Let's all do a little smiling. Let's all do a little smiling. Let's all do a little smiling and be kinder this year. Yay, thanks for joining me in that song. Now, just to let you know, we are in winter time and we are going to talk about some winter things, but there's a fun winter activity you can do through the library, and that's our winter reading program. So you can find out more information about our winter reading program. It starts this Friday. You can find more on our website, carmelclaylibrary.org. Okay, so check that out and participate in that fun activity. Now we're going to do another body movement. Get ready for our listening today. And this song, we're going to do some wiggling. And when I say stop, we're going to freeze. Kind of like what happens when it rains, but it's really cold. The water freezes. So we're going to do some freezing. Okay. So our first thing, we're going to wiggle. You can wiggle your hands. You can wiggle your shoulders. You can wiggle your head. And it goes like this. We wiggle and stop. To freeze. We wiggle and stop. Freeze. We wiggle and wiggle and wiggle and wiggle and wiggle and wiggle and stop. Freeze. Good. Now we're gonna roll our hands. You know, you might roll a snowball to make a snowman. We're gonna roll our hands. Here we go. We roll and we stop. Freeze. We roll and we stop. Freeze. We roll and 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 we stop. Freeze. Good. All right, our last one, we're gonna go back to that clapping. So we're gonna clap and then stop. Ready? We clap and we stop. We clap and we stop. We clap and 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 we stop. Freeze. Good job. You can clap for yourselves. Good job. Thanks. You guys did a great job with that, listening to directions. Now, our first story, you might be able to guess what our first story is about. There's a frog behind me, and there's another frog behind me. We are going to read the story. We're going to follow along in the story with Froggy Gets Dressed. And this is a story by Jonathan London. So we have Froggy right here, and there's going to be some parts in the story where I will need your help, and I'll let you know when we get there. So Froggy is sleeping right now. It was cold too. It's winter time in Froggy's story. It was cold. Froggy woke up and looked out the window. Snow, snow, he sang. I want to play in the snow. Go back to sleep, said Froggy. Let's see, we'll pretend this is Mother. Go back to sleep, Froggy, said his mother. Don't you know frogs are supposed to sleep in the winter? They sleep all winter and then wake up when the snow melts. No, no, cried Froggy. I'm awake. I want to go out and play in the snow. So Froggy needs to put on some warm clothes to go out in the snow, doesn't he? So he put on his socks. Zoop, zoop. Can you help me with that? When we put on a piece of Froggy's clothes, can you make a zoop sound with me? All right, let's see what else Froggy needs to put on. He pulled on his boots. Ready? Zoop, zoop. He put on his hat. Zoop. And he pulled on his mittens. Ready? Zoop, zoop. And tied up his scarf. Zoop. And Froggy flopped out in the snow. All right, now for this part, we're gonna go flop, flop, flop. Okay, we'll slap our thighs and say that. Ready? Flop, flop, flop. So Froggy flopped out in the snow. Uh-oh. Froggy, called his mother. What? Called Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, I forgot to put on my pants. So he flopped back inside. Ready? Flop, flop, flop. And he tugged off his mittens. Whoop, zoop. He untied his scarf. Zoop. He took off his hat. And he took off his boots. Zoop, zoop. But he left on his socks. He pulled up his pants. Zoop. He tied up his scarf. Zoop. He put on his boots. Zoop, zoop. And he put on his mittens. Zoop, zoop. And, whoops, his hat. And then Froggy flopped back outside. Are you ready? Flop, 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 flop. Can you call, Mother's gonna call Froggy again. Can you call Froggy with her? Ready? Froggy. What does Froggy say? What? Did you forget something? Froggy looks down. Oops, cried Froggy. I forgot to put on, what did Froggy forget? Can you see? His shirt and his coat. So Froggy flopped back inside. Ready? Flop, 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 flop. He took off his mittens. Zoop, zoop. He untied his scarf. He took off his hat, but he left all of that on because all he needs to put on now is his shirt. Zoop. And he buttoned up his coat. Zoop. So Froggy then tied his scarf. Zoop. Put on his hat. Zoop. And put on his mittens. Zoop. Zoop. Man, that mitten does not want to stay. There we go. And he flopped back outside to go play in the snow. Ready? Flop, 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 flop. Oh, here's Mother again. What does she say? Can you say Froggy with her? Ready? Froggy. What does Froggy say? Can you say it with Froggy? What? Did you forget to put something on, Froggy? Mother said. Froggy looked down. He had on his mittens. He had on his scarf. He had on his coat and his shirt. He had on his pants. He had on his boots, and he had on his socks. He reached up. Yep, he had on his hat too. What could Froggy be missing? What do you think Froggy might be missing? Your underwear, his mother laughed. Oh no, oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. He was a little embarrassed. Oh no, so he flopped back inside. Ready? Flop, 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 flop. Oh, he's got a lot to take off now, doesn't he? He tugged off his mittens. Zoop, zoop. He untied his scarf. Zoop, whoop. He unbuttoned his coat. Zoop. He took off his shirt. He took off his boots. Zoop, zoop. He took off his socks. Zoop, zoop. He took off his shirt or his pants. Zoop. And he took off his hat. Then he pulled on his long john underwear, which this will keep him really warm. Pulled it on. There we go. Then Froggy put on one sock. Zoop. He put on one boot. Zoop. He put on one mitten. Zoop. He went to put on the other mitten, but then he let it fall to the ground. He said, I'm too tired. And Froggy went back to sleep. He is way too tired after all of that. He doesn't want to play in the snow anymore. So can you say good night, Froggy, with me? Good night, Froggy. We'll let him sleep there all winter long. And when it's spring, he'll wake back up. Now, when it's winter time, it's a lot colder. So like Froggy, we have a lot more things to put on to keep us warm in the winter. So let's pretend that we are putting on some of our winter gear. Can you put on your snowsuit? Ready? Pull it all the way on. Good. Zip it up. Can you put on, let's see, our boots? All right, put your boots on. One foot, then the other. Let's see, put on our scarf. Put on our hat. I saved my mittens for last because it's really hard to put the other stuff on if you have mittens on. And now that we have all of our pretend winter stuff on, we're gonna do a song called the Winter Pokey. So it goes like this. Get your mittens. You put your mittens in, you take your mittens out, you put your mittens in and you shake them all about. You do the winter pokey. Now brr, can you shiver? And you shake it all about. That's what it's all about. All right, now let's put our boots in. You put your boots in, you take your boots out, you put your boots in and you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you move yourself around. That's what it's all about. All right, now we're gonna put our hat in. Ready? You put your hat in, take your hat out, you put your hat in and you shake it all about. You do the winter pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. All right, now let's put our snowsuit in. So we're gonna jump our whole body in. Ready? You put your snowsuit in, you take your snowsuit out, you put your snowsuit in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. We did the winter pokey, now kind of like the hokey pokey. Great job. Thanks for doing that with me. Now I've got another song about snowflakes. Now, when it's warm outside, we see rain fall from the sky. But in the winter time, when it's cold, what do we see fall from the sky? Snow. The water freezes and we see snow falling. So we're going to pretend that we are snowflakes. So it goes like this. Snowflake, snowflake all around. In the air, reach up high and on the ground. Some are big, some are small. Roll them into a snowball. When the sun comes out to play, watch as they all melt away. Good. All right, we're going to do it one more time. This time we're going to do it really big and do our whole body. Okay, so let's pretend that we're a big giant snowflake and we're bouncing back and forth. Snowflake, snowflake all around. In the air, reach way up high and on the ground. Some are big, some are small. Get really small. roll them into a snowball. When the sun comes out to play, watch as they all melt away. Because the sun is so hot, it melts the snow back into water. All right, well, I've got another fun activity. If you've been holding on to those paper plates, now is the time to get those out and ready, because we are going to use these paper plates and we are going to pretend that our paper plates are like cymbals. And cymbals make a loud noise when you clang them together. Our paper plates are going to make a noise when we hit them together. We're going to be moving to the rhythm of a song from the Nutcracker called the Russian Dance. So there are some movements we do. We're going to do them pretty fast with the song so we can do it to the rhythm. But right now, I'm just going to show you them slowly. So we're going to hit and make our arms go up. This is one of the movements. Another movement, we're going to hit our paper plates to the side. And when we do that again, we're going to go to the other side. So that we'll do that a lot. And then there's a part where we're going to start at the top and we're going to hit our plates 2 times, turn it upside down, hit it 2 times, flip it 2, and flip it again. And then this is a little tricky. We're just going to hit it 1 time and flip it on our way back up. Okay, so it's going to go 2, switch, 2, switch, 2, switch, 2. And then we'll go 1, switch, 1, switch, 1, switch, 1. Then there's this fun part where we're going to hit our paper plates down, up, but it's going to go a lot faster. So it's going to go like this, down, up, down, up. Can you try that with me? Ready? Down, up. And then we'll go back to do, 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 do. Okay, so let's try it with the music. It goes a little fast. If you don't get it, that's okay. We're going to have this recorded. And I actually have a video of this on our Carmel Clay Public Library YouTube page. So you can go back and try it as many times as you want. But today, let's go ahead and try it together and see how we do. Are you ready? Get your paper plates up. I'm going to start the music. The top 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. Was fun. Thanks for joining me with that. Like I said, if you want to try that again, because I know that was really fast, we do have this activity on our YouTube, Carmel Clay Public Library YouTube page. So, and also this story time will be recorded and put on our Storytime at Home winter playlist. So we are ready. We're at the end of our story time already. Thanks for joining me. We have one last goodbye song. So it goes like this. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. It is time to say goodbye. Give a smile, blink an eye. It is time to say goodbye to all my friends. All right, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much for joining us for a special winter edition of Rhythm and Read with Miss Hannah here on Facebook Live. If you would like more stories and songs, you can check out our Story Times at Home and our YouTube page. The links can be found in the comments below. And don't forget that our 2021 winter reading program for all ages begins this Friday, December 17th. And you can find out more information on how to sign up and participate by visiting us at carmelclaylibrary.org. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.